the Glade of Ancients. Riven stood in the forest of Sylvarius, the bright sunlight filtering through the canopy above. The discovery she had made in the secret chamber weighed heavily on her mind, but she knew she had to press forward. She took a deep breath, feeling the cool, crisp air fill her lungs and steady her resolve. The journey through Sylvarius was fraught with challenges. Riven moved swiftly, her senses heightened by the knowledge that danger could be lurking behind every tree. The forest was alive with the sounds of chirping birds and rustling leaves, creating a symphony that both soothed and unnerved her. As the day wore on, the sun began its descent, casting an orange glow over the treetops. Riven's footsteps grew more deliberate as she navigated the uneven terrain, her eyes scanning for any sign of the path she sought. The forest seemed to grow denser as the daylight waned, the trees closing in around her as if to guard their ancient wisdom. By twilight, the forest had transformed into a shadowy labyrinth. The once vibrant greens and golds had given way to deep blues and purples, creating an almost otherworldly atmosphere. Riven's grip on the Book of Guardians tightened as the light continued to fade, knowing she would need every bit of its guidance in the coming hours. Sylvarius held many enigmas, and as Riven journeyed deeper, she felt the weight of those mysteries pressing in on her. The subtle glow of the plants illuminated her path, casting shadows that seemed to dance at the edges of her vision. Clutching the Book of Guardians, she pressed on, determined to unlock its hidden knowledge. Who were the other guardians mentioned in the prophecy? The book spoke of their importance, but how was she to find them? Why had she been chosen? Her thoughts raced as she ventured further into the forest. She came upon a series of ancient runestones, their surfaces etched with symbols she could barely comprehend. The markings pulsed with a strange energy, inviting her to uncover their secrets. The book hinted at their significance, suggesting they were keys to unlocking the power she needed to combat the Umbralith. But deciphering their meaning would require more than the knowledge contained in the book alone. She needed to understand why she was chosen and how to find the other guardians.
I found myself drawn deeper into the heart of Sylvarius. The ancient runestones, with their cryptic symbols, guided my every step. Eventually, I came upon a hidden glade, its entrance concealed by a dense thicket of thorny vines. I felt a strange pull, as if some unseen force was leading me forward. With a deep breath, I pushed through the barrier, feeling the thorny vines scratch at my skin. I found myself in a place unlike any other. The air was thick with magic, and the ground sparkled with stardust. At the center of the glade stood a massive tree, its bark shimmering with an otherworldly light. My heart pounded in my chest as I approached cautiously. Drawing closer, I noticed a small alcove at the base of the tree, where a mysterious figure sat in meditation. As I approached, the figure's eyes snapped open, and I found myself staring into the piercing gaze of an ancient elf, his silver hair flowing like liquid moonlight. "Who dares to enter the Glade of Ancients?" the elf demanded, his voice resonating with power. Bowing my head in respect, I replied, "I am Riven Elendor of the Luminarials, seeking knowledge of my ancestors." The elf's expression softened. "Ah, the last of the Elendor clan. I have been expecting you. I am Elion, guardian of the glade and keeper of ancient wisdom." A surge of hope filled me. "Please, Elion, I need your help. The Book of Guardians speaks of prophecies and relics, but I cannot decipher it all." Elion nodded thoughtfully. "The path you walk is fraught with danger, but you are not alone. Your ancestors guide you, and their strength flows through your veins. You seek knowledge to combat the coming darkness." I blinked in surprise as Elion continued. "You must listen to the whispers of the forest and the secrets of the book. Your lineage has always been keepers of light, and the answers you seek are intertwined with your heritage. The power you need lies in understanding the ancient connections between the book, the land, and yourself. Remember, Riven, that spreading light is not about banishing the shadows, but illuminating them. It is not only a force of power, but one of compassion and wisdom as well. In our greatest trials, we find our most profound strengths, not in overpowering darkness, but in embracing the light that guides us through it. Taking a deep breath, I nodded. I will not fail. With those words echoing in my mind, I left the glade and ventured deeper into the forest. The path grew darker and more treacherous, and every step seemed to weigh heavier on my soul. Eventually, I found a secluded clearing bathed in the soft glow of the bioluminescent plant life. It was the perfect place to study and practice. I sat down and opened the Book of Guardians, its pages whispering secrets of ancient power. As I began to read, I felt the presence of my ancestors guiding me. The magic of Arendor was not within me, but flowed through the land itself. My task was to learn how to channel it, to become a conduit for the light that could combat the coming darkness. As I traced the symbols on the pages, my heart pounded with a mix of fear and determination. Suddenly, a rustle in the bushes snapped my focus back to the present. I froze, straining to listen. The sound grew louder, and I recognized the low growl of wolves approaching. My grip tightened on the book as I tried to summon my magic to defend myself. Startled and unfocused, I struggled to channel any power. Just as the wolves appeared from the bushes, I let out a loud shriek. Panic set in as I fumbled with the book, unable to harness the magic I so desperately needed. I scrambled to my feet and sought safety in a nearby tree, my heart pounding in my chest. As I climbed higher, I saw a figure emerge from the shadows. He moved with fluid grace and skill, wielding a knife to fend off the wolves with fierce determination. His presence commanded attention, and the wolves soon retreated, their glowing eyes disappearing into the darkness. Breathless and shaken, I watched from my perch in the tree as the human turned to look up at me. His eyes met mine, filled with concern and curiosity. "Are you all right?" he called out. I nodded, grateful for his timely intervention. "Thank you," I managed to say, still trying to steady my racing heart. He smiled, offering a reassuring nod as he reached up his hand. "You're safe now. Let's get you down from there."